Golden Gate Bridge is a suspension bridge that stretches across the 1-mile wide strait connecting San Francisco Bay to the Pacific Ocean in the US state of California. This iconic structure serves as a vital link between San Francisco, situated at the northernmost point of the San Francisco Peninsula, and Marin County to the north. It carries both US Route 101 and California State Route 1, facilitating transportation across the strait. Acknowledged by the American Society of Civil Engineers as one of the wonders of the modern world, the Golden Gate Bridge stands as one of the most internationally recognized landmarks of both San Francisco and California. The concept of constructing a permanent connection between San Francisco and Marin County gained traction in the late 19th century, but it wasn't until the early 20th century that such an ambitious undertaking became technically and financially viable. Joseph Strauss, a German-American structural engineer, led the project as the chief engineer, while engineer Leon Moisseff, American architect Irving Morrow, and engineer Charles Ellis played key roles in shaping its innovative design. The Golden Gate Bridge officially opened to the public on May 27, 1937, and has since undergone multiple retrofits and structural improvements. At the time of its completion, it held the distinction of being both the longest and tallest suspension bridge in the world. It maintained these titles until 1964, when the Verrazano Narrows Bridge in New York City surpassed its length, and until 1998, when Japan's Akashikaikyo Bridge overtook it in height. The Golden Gate Bridge boasts a main span of 4,200 feet and towers at a height of 746 feet. However, the bridge is reddish-orange in colour, making the bridge not golden, nor does it resemble a gate. So why is it called the Golden Gate Bridge? Surprisingly, the Golden Gate Bridge is not named for its appearance or for California's state nickname, the Golden State. Instead, it is named after the Golden Gate Strait, the narrow channel separating the San Francisco Peninsula from the Marin Peninsula that connects San Francisco Bay to the Pacific Ocean, which the bridge has spanned above since 1937. During the last ice age, when sea levels were significantly lower, the waters of the Sacramento River and San Joaquin River carved a deep channel through the bedrock as they flowed towards the ocean. This geological process is similar to the formation of the Hudson Canyon, a vast underwater canyon extending from the Hudson River estuary off the coast of New York and New Jersey. The Hudson Canyon remains the largest known submarine canyon along the east coast of the United States. The strait is renowned for its considerable depth and the forceful tidal currents that flow in from the Pacific Ocean. These powerful currents, which range from 4.5 to 7.5 knots, contribute to the formation of numerous small whirlpools and eddies. Combined with rocky reefs and the region's characteristic dense fog, these conditions have led to over 100 documented shipwrecks at the Golden Gate alone. During the early 16th century, European explorers found the entrance to the strait remarkably difficult to locate, likely due to the persistent summer fog that often envelops the area. Notably, the strait is absent from the records of Portuguese explorer Juan Rodrigues Cabrillo, the first European known to have explored present-day California, despite his extensive navigation along the coast of California between 1542 and 1543. The voyage of English explorer Sir Francis Drake, who navigated the western coast of North America in 1579, also lacks any mention of the strait. Both Drake and his predecessor Juan Rodrigues Cabrillo may have surveyed the nearby coastline in the 16th century while searching for the elusive Northwest Passage, a route that in reality lies within Canada's Arctic archipelago along the northernmost reaches of the continent. Likewise, the strait does not appear in the records of Spanish galleons travelling the Manila-Acapulco trade route, despite their frequent stops in Drake's Bay, approximately 30 miles northwest of present-day San Francisco. However, these vessels typically avoided venturing east of the Farallon Islands, located 27 miles west of the Golden Gate, due to concerns about potential hazards posed by uncharted rocks between the islands and the mainland. The first documented sighting of the strait occurred nearly 2 centuries after the earliest European explorations of the region's coastline. In 1769, during the Portola expedition, the first recorded European exploration of California's interior, Spanish Army Captain and Governor Gaspar de Portola dispatched a scouting party led by new Spanish soldier Jose Francisco Ortega. Their objective was to travel north along the San Francisco Peninsula to survey the area that would later become San Francisco. Ortega's primary task was to locate Point Reyes, originally sighted and named by Juan Rodrigues Cabrillo on November 13, 1542. However, upon reaching the area, Ortega's team reported back to Portola that their progress was impeded by a significant waterway, the very strait that Cabrillo had unknowingly overlooked. On August 5, 1775, Spanish Navy officer Juan de Ayala and the crew of his vessel San Carlos became the first recorded Europeans to navigate through the strait. Sailing from the port of San Blas in present-day Nayarit, Mexico, they anchored in a sheltered cove behind Angel Island, now known as Ayala Cove in his honor. For decades following this voyage, the strait was referred to as Boca del Puerto de San Francisco, or mouth of the port of San Francisco, a name that remained in use until the 1840s. On July 1, 1846, just 2 years before the discovery of gold in California ignited the transformative gold rush, US Army Captain John C. Fremont stood at the narrow channel linking San Francisco Bay to the Pacific Ocean. An accomplished explorer, engineer, and geographer, Fremont recognized the strategic importance of this this passage. As thousands of ships carrying prospectors and fortune seekers would soon pass through these waters between 1848 and 1869, the gateway to California's goldfields was christened with a new and lasting name. The name Golden Gate first appeared in John C. Fremont's book Geographical Memoir upon Upper California, in illustration of his map of Oregon and California submitted to the US Senate on June 5, 1848. In his account he wrote, "To this gate I give the name Chrysopole or Golden Gate, for the same reasons that the harbour of Byzantium was called Chrysocetus or Golden Horn." Fremont further remarked that the strait served as a golden gateway for trade with the Orient. The Golden Gate's namesake of the Golden Horn is a significant urban waterway and the primary inlet of the Bosphorus in Istanbul, Turkey. This natural estuary connects to the Bosphorus Strait at its junction with the Sea of Marmara and forms the northern boundary of the historic peninsula of Old Istanbul, formerly Byzantium and Constantinople. At its tip lies Sarai Bonu, also known as Seraglio Point, a strategic promontory that has played a vital role in the city's history. This estuarine inlet serves as the natural division between Istanbul's historic core and the rest of the city. Shaped like a horn, it has long functioned as a sheltered harbour, offering protection to maritime vessels throughout history. For thousands of years, ships from Greek, Roman, Byzantine and Ottoman fleets, among others, have sought refuge in its calm waters, making it a crucial hub for trade and commerce. In 1846, the US Congress approved the publication of Fremont's journal, accompanied by cartographer Charles Bruce's influential 1848 map, widely regarded as the most precise depiction of Western America between the Rocky Mountains and the Pacific at the time. It was on this map that the name Golden Gate first appeared as a designation for the entrance to San Francisco Bay. Over time, Fremont abandoned the Greek-inspired Chrysopole, opting instead for the simpler yet evocative name Golden Gate. Generations later, the construction of the Golden Gate Bridge further enhanced the strait's iconic status. Thus, the bridge derives its name from the Golden Gate Strait, the geographical passage it spans, rather than its supposed golden colour. Interestingly, despite what its name might suggest, the bridge is painted with a colour called International Orange. The shade of International Orange used for the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco differs slightly from the standard hue employed in military and engineering applications. It is somewhat lighter than the conventional International Orange used by defence contractors, enhancing the bridge visibility for maritime traffic, yet it is darker than the variants commonly found in aerospace industries. The International Orange coating on the Golden Gate Bridge is specially designed to provide long-term protection against corrosion. This formulation helps safeguard the structure from the corrosive effects of oceanic salt spray and the persistent moisture carried by the dense fog that frequently drifts in from the Pacific through the Golden Gate into San Francisco Bay. Notably, the same distinctive colour is also used on Lisbon's 25th João Brilho Bridge, which spans the Tagus River in Portugal. This has been me, Jack, and if you're on the Golden Gate Bridge right now, please leave a comment down below.